Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It is Friday, and we've made it through another great week. I know it has been a great week. It's been a challenging week. There's been good news. There's been bad news of family, of friends, people that have been affected by all of this, and it's been an inspiring week to see how people are coming together. It's amazing to see how we respond to crisis and how it is that people pitch in and are dedicated, truly helping each other and making our lives better. I think that that's what I've seen as much as anything. We've had loved ones that now within our family, we're learning within the Jifu family, parents, siblings, very important people that have been affected by this. And I think there's no question that this has been an interesting time. It's been a challenging time, but it's also, as I said, it's also been a very rewarding time to connect with people, to involve new people in our lives, and really to to see what it is that we're made of. And I think that that's very important. Let me turn this on, make sure I can. There we go. Turn that down. But welcome to Power Hour. We've been doing this every Friday at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Mountain, and one of our main reasons why we're doing this is to be able to provide the answers, provide the support, provide the love, and really as much as anything to provide this amazing atmosphere. We got some cool people on that I'm going to unmute for this. And you guys are welcome to participate as you come in, as you hear things. As I know that John's in the middle of nowhere. I know Nacho's in Eastern United States, and so you guys have been unmuted, and I'm glad you guys are on here. It's been like I said, this to me has been meaningful in a lot of different ways. Last night, as I worked out again with my son, I've been posting these late night workouts because we've been. This morning we started at 6:30. We had calls with Europe and actually Australia, and then we had our team meetings. Then we've been interviewing new people to fill some positions within our company, and it's been a crazy time. And I know there's a lot of people that are out there dedicated to improving lives, and I think that's the key to what we're trying to do right now is we're really truly dedicated first and foremost to make a difference in those around us. And um, and so John, you're unmuted, so are you, Nacho. So you guys are willing, as you come in, you guys participate as you have some thoughts with this. And it has been rewarding in midst of the difficulties. It's interesting. My father-in-law today, we found out, uh, has tested positive for the virus, as well as his new wife, we think. And it makes an impact on you when you hear about this. And we learned today on some calls some other very important people to us, and strong people, and the emotion that you have as you start to find out these people have been affected by it. But I want you guys to know that in the midst of all this, um, we continue to be dedicated to you guys, not just for your business, but as we've said, these power hours and these morning mindsets that we're doing as they grow in popularity with it. I think it's, as much as anything, it's that people are attracted to this positivity that we're doing, and and also to realize that just there's other people out there that care about you. John, looks like you're muting yourself. It's 4 in the morning there. Thanks for being on.
Yeah, Jeff, I'm reading a lot because there's nothing, and of course, calls, and between the calls, reading. I'm following, a lot of companies, just to learn how they do. And I wrote, this is a young startup company, and it has much similarities, what you and Brad and the team are doing. And quote, of this CEO of this company, he says, young guy, it's a fast growing company, and they weather the storm through this, to all of this, actually growing. And he says, we will not participating in this recession, That is the approach we are taking at, I won't call the name, right now. Our plans haven't changed. This is an opportunity for us to grab market share and to accelerate new client adoption. And this is the CEO of the company, and the other co-founder is actually also two people. He's in charge of product development. He says, continue to push hard on the engineering and the product side, and continue to make new features and new add-ons in order to be ready for when things are in better situation. That's really what the silver lining is. Yeah. I found this very profound of those two people. And that is, that you get inspiration from these kinds of people. So
hey, you sure do. It's really interesting there. One of the gentlemen that I follow, his name is Billy Jean. He's a gentleman that has a marketing company in San Diego. I attended his event right as all of this was starting to happen. I was in San Diego, and I saw somebody make a comment on his page today that just basically what he was doing is, he's a very positive guy. And he has really been positive about talking about entrepreneurs. And somebody posted on there, how dare you try to get me to buy something right now? And what I would say to the other people, because I know this is streaming live and I'm invited people, how dare that person for saying that? My heaven's sakes, are we going to run? Are we going to go and just hide in a corner? And I think that that's been what we're attracting right now, is the people that are looking to not just survive, but thrive during this time. And a new book that I've started to read is Leadership in Crisis. And it talks about people through history. You think of Winston Churchill and how it is that he had the audacity to be positive as the Nazis were attacking, shelling, and bombing his country. But people started to thrive upon that. Let me tell you that we're going to see a lot of people start to grow during this period. And we know that this is a temporary setback to us. And though it has been an unseen enemy, it's not like a bomb is falling on our homes. This is an unseen enemy that is very difficult if you're not careful to keep your positive attitude about. And I think that that's what this Power Hour is about. I'm going to share some of that. It's great to have Charles on. Phil, you guys are, I love you guys' comments as I go through this. I want to talk to you, and I've been reading and going through for a few minutes of these conversations about the book Think and Grow Rich. I'm so sorry, the Science of Getting Rich. It's one of my favorite books. And the reason why I continue to talk about this, and the reason why I continue to have this, that I'm sharing this with people, is because this is not just about making money. And though there's some people that are scared of talking about making money right now, I've got no objections to it whatsoever. Entrepreneurs are needed right now. Visionaries are needed right now. And in order to do that, you need to be able to think in a certain way. And yesterday we had a great conversation with it. But I'm going through this, and then after it, I'm going to go through on certain ways that you can connect and how it is that you can clean up your social media to be able to be attractive during this time and to be uniquely you. But this book, Think of Growing, the Science of Getting Rich, is that I really, really, really hope that you guys are reading this book. These are short chapters, and they're going to make a difference in your lives. They're going to make a difference in your lives if you'll read this. And because I'm only going through some of the highlights. I'm going through this book, and I haven't read this book now for 10 years, and I've gone through it. I'm seeing my notes, and I'm seeing how much I've grown since then and how much I've matured in this process. So I hope you're taking advantage of this. It's all over the internet. It's free. It's the Science of Getting Rich. Just type in scienceofgettingrich.pdf. You can find it in all kinds of different languages. And I've also, if you go back through my last post with this, I've posted a link that you can download it from me as well. But I want to talk about this. I've got to turn down my volume on that, as people are starting to send me a bunch of different notes. But we woke up this morning early, Brad, Doug, and I. And one of the things that we're going through is, and if you guys haven't read this week's article in Business for Home about what we are about to do, but it is super, super exciting, guys. It is super exciting. And what we're looking for is we're looking for people that have this vision during this time, and the different things that we're going to be able to give you in order for you to be successful. But before you're ever going to be able to implement these new programs and these different tools that we have, you've got to get your mind right during this time. So let me go through a couple of these. And this chapter is really pivotal with this. And I ask you to go back and read it afterwards. But it says, you must form a clear and definitive mental picture of what you want. You cannot transmit an idea unless you have it yourself. And Sarah, here are some of these notes that I took when I read this the first time over 20 years ago. And it's not what you're hoping for. It's what do you really want? What do you really want? It's not what you'd kind of like to have, but what do you really, really want? And that's what I'd tell you guys is that, this home that we're in, we're entrepreneurs. I was a 1099 guy. That means that I wasn't an employee when we purchased this, but I had already sold my home in Las Vegas and we had put the money down. We had a whole bunch of money in the bank that we were getting the loan from, and they rejected us. And we had already sold our home and we were packing it up, driving here when they told us that we weren't going to get in. And I remember how desperate my wife was, how upset she was. And I just said, oh, we're getting in. And the other day when I was down there, and of course we're locked away right now in this quarantine. I just walked around thinking, I really love where I live. I love where I live. And I remember just being extraordinarily passionate about being able to raise my kids here. And that's the thing is that we got through it and we figured out the financing during a very difficult thing because I didn't just want it. I really, really, really wanted it. And when you really want something, you figure out a way to do it. So my admonition for you today is make a decision on what you want. No virus will get in your way. No virus will get in your way when you've made a decision of what you really, really want. Now, if you don't achieve your goal, don't get rid of your goal, change your plan and restart. I love that I was taking these notes and they're as meaningful to me today as I was reviewing this as they were 21 years ago when I first read this. So the next thing I wrote down is goals should excite and scare you. Now, sometimes people make this goal that I'm going to make $10 million and they've never made $10,000 in a month. Well, you also have to be really, really honest with yourself on some of these. Don't set this goal that you know that you can achieve. That's crazy also. Goals should feel good. If they don't feel good, you'll actually push them away. If you say, I'm going to be a billionaire and you've never made $1 million in a year, I think you need to reset your goal. They have to be attainable, but they also have to stretch you and scare you. There's a gentleman that I heard him say that you have to feel good now. That's your goal every single day, is to feel good now. What are you doing in order to excite you, in order to get you out of bed? The number of hours that we're working right now with this and all the different cultures all over the world. John, I've said it before, it's 4 o'clock in the morning where he is. That is because this business means a lot to him. That's why he's waking up. These goals that he's doing, I'm sure they don't completely scare John anymore because he's gone through it, but you have to absolutely be positive of what you want and go after it. And here's the point with it. It says, you have to change the way you live to achieve your dream. So I've been talking in the previous days about this energy that surrounds us. And if you want to attract the right energy, you have to charge your goal or your thought with emotion, which will multiply your vibration and your energy exponentially, which means that you change the way you do it. That means that the goals that you write around and that you put in your, Charles wrote the feel good now, it is from Kevin. Absolutely. And even though that guy said a lot of crazy things, that's one that I liked the best was feel good now. Absolutely, you have to feel good now. And so as you do this, these goals should charge you. They should make you absolutely want to change the way you live. And you start by writing your goals in the present. And what I love about this book, and as compared to some of the other books that just basically say, sit around and think about it. Well, faith without works is dead. And that's what I want to go through a little bit with this. And it's cool to see all the comments today with you guys going back and forth with it. And it says, you must know what you want and be definite. Definite. You have to know what you want. I wanted, and I've wanted it forever, a home with water. And one of the things that I do every morning, I've got an airsoft gun, and we have so many birds, geese. These are mean animals if you've ever dealt with them. That I send every morning we wake up and I send my little dog after to scare them off, and and my little boys go after him, try to scare him off as well with loud noises with it. What a wonderful thing that's the biggest problem I have to have is flocks of geese landing in my. And they poop, by the way. They make my water not quite as clear, and they wake you up at 6 in the morning every morning with their jabber. And so every morning I send my boys out to get them. It's a dream come true. There's times just behind me that we have sometimes so many birds. It seems like an animal sanctuary with it. The whole mountainside is covered with it. This is what I wanted. And I knew that I wanted to be by water way before I had it, but I also wanted to be near the mountains. I wanted to be in Idaho. And how do you get that? I think my house is one of like 3 or 4 locations that have this type of water that are in it that aren't on the river. So I have a very unique place, and I knew exactly what I wanted. So if you know what you want and you're definite, understand that you will never get rich or start the creative power into action by sending unformed longings or vague desires. You must know with definite certainty what you want in order for you to feel that emotion, in order for you to go after it. You can't want a whole bunch of. You have to know exactly what you're going for. So what that means a clear mental picture that you have continually in your mind, the same way that a sailor has in his mind the port towards which he is sailing the ship. You must keep your face toward it at all time. You must no more lose sight of it than a steersman lose sight of the compass. I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They get into this business and they say, I want to make a lot of money, but they don't have the plan. And not only do they not have the plan, they're not definite with their purpose with it. So something more is necessary. This is what I love about this book. And if you read it and you take the notes and you go through it, this is so certain right now. And Phil just talked about John Maxwell's book. He does the same thing. And so many things, this book right here, this Science of Getting Rich, really was the start of all of these books, from everything from Think and Grow Rich to now what you see with Tony Robbins and John Maxwell. Some of these guys, it's based upon the principles that this book created. It says something more is necessary, however, than to merely see in order to see the picture clearly. If that is all you do, you're only a dreamer, and you will have little or no power for accomplishment. If it's just a matter of dreaming, this is what he says. You must, behind your vision must be the purpose to realize it, to bring it out in tangible expression. If you read it, what he's talking about is creating a plan of action and then going to work. The answer to prayer is not according to your faith while you're talking, but according to your faith while you are working. That is so brilliant. That right there, that's so brilliant. So many people talk of what they're going to do. They pray for it and they dream about it. But I love that. It's not according to your faith while you're talking, but according to your faith while you're working and putting it into action. Guys, the comments that I'd say to this, and I look forward to some of what you guys are saying on this, is, do you know exactly what you want? Do you know exactly with precise certainty of what you want? Do you have a plan do you have a plan? I forgot a word there, to achieve exactly what you want? And here's the last one. Do you have it written down in present tense and carry it with you at all times? Patrick just wrote, yeah, I need as much of this training as I can get. And Patrick, what I tell you is come on here, invite your friends to this. The beautiful part of what we're trying to do right now is to bring the attention during a very special and unique time of what you can do to achieve and accomplish your dreams. And after I go through each of these, Paulina just wrote, oof. A lot of us are missing out on this. And I've been in the app is mostly done now. We've got a couple other things with it. Apple looks like they're starting to approve some more of the things. But if you look into that, you'll see Brad, Phil, and I go through a step-by-step process of starting your business. And the people that have the courage to download not just the app, but when they get into the app, that they have the courage to download what we call the launch planner and walk people through it. Those are the people that are going to get the success. Those are the people that are going to be able to monetize their dreams. The ones that will download this and put it into action and do the steps that we talk about. We even talked about it on our team that we realized less than 10% of the people are going to do what we asked them to do with the app. Less than 10%. The other 90% are going to go to their upline and say, well, I didn't accomplish it because of this or because of this. And if I would have had this. No, it's because they're not following the plan. If you don't have the courage to follow a plan from people that are successful, it's not the system that's broken. It's your inability to follow the system. And what's beautiful about some of these people that I see coming on this, and I love the fact that I see Paulina on here all the time. I recognize her. She comments, she participates, she recognizes. I remember from a while ago when we were talking about the mental states, and she goes, oh my gosh, I'm in that one. And one of the states that many people are in right now is this animal state of fight or flight. They're not actually going out and thinking for themselves. They're just being controlled by the masses. And that's why we go through this, guys, is not just to be able to have this beautiful atmosphere where we're helping each other, but also so you can start to thrive during this time when other people are in fear. We don't want to just come out of this. We want to come out of this strong. And as John said from that previous CEO that he talked about, what we are trying to do is take our business and our people to the next level. We want you to be a part of the success, and we know that you can be successful. Now, let me show you a couple of things, and I'd love for some comments today after this. And if you're on the Go Jifu, I'd love to get some of you guys unmuted. What I want to go through was something that I call the Social Media Academy, and I'm going to go through this more extensively and just go through it all. But I've been touching on some of this and giving you guys some ideas beforehand. But right now, it's really important that you start to communicate and connect. The word is connect, not sell people on social media. Right now, people are very sensitive. And you'll see that people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. That's from Jeffrey Boyle. I always seem to quote him because it's true. People want to buy during this time. And there's going to be haters that are going to say, how dare you for being positive? How dare you for talking about this or dare talking about that? Guys, what we need right now is people talking about good things and people talking about how to help others and how to make things work. This social media system that I'm talking about is to help you grow fast, but you have to have a system, especially in network marketing. So I'm going to go through these, and I can tell you these do work. This is a proven system. It's how I was able to get a bunch of leads when I was in the field. And so Charles just wrote gojifu.com for live Zoom feed. That is correct. So if you want to say something, go on there and I'll actually unmute you when I'm done with that. But this system that I'm about to show you, it truly, truly works. And I can tell you, I've used it extensively. When I was in the field, I had success with it. And the amount of success was a very high six-figure income. And I can tell you, it lasted a long time until we started Jifu and they decided somehow or another that they didn't want me around anymore or to pay me my commissions, which is too bad because I worked hard for those commissions. And so let me show you what I did during that time to get new people all the time. And I can tell you what's really unique about this is that I had somebody reply to me on Monday, I believe, from somebody I contacted 4 years ago using some of these strategies that I'm teaching you guys. What that means is he was too busy before, but now he's at home checking his social media with it, and he replied to me. We've had people replying to us on these things, and I want to help you set up your Facebook profile. Today, I'll talk about Facebook. And for a lot of people that are over 30, this is the best place. Facebook is where people are. And it's really simple to connect with people. So here's some of the things that you can do. First thing, remember that credibility plus likability equals visibility. So to do this, I'm going to give you a couple examples of really bad Facebook profile photos. That's a sales guy, but I'm going to show you one. Not many people are that silly, but most people do this. Stop. Just stop. Don't do that kind of picture. She's in the bathroom and she has a condom thing behind her, and that's an exaggeration. But the fact is that a lot of people take pictures like this. That's not what you want to be posting. It's wrong. Okay? This is your mini advertisement. This is what people are coming to see. This is a great ad. This is a great photo right here. That's a great one. Just understand this, guys, as you start to go through it. This is what people see when they come to visit you. So here's another thing. You may think, oh my gosh, I can't believe he's saying what he's about to say, but I'm going to say it. If someone can figure out what network marketing business you are in within 15 seconds of landing on your social media profile, you're doing it wrong. Why 15 seconds? If they look a little bit, it's okay for them to find it. But if you have a great big GFU logo as your profile picture, stop. Don't do that. First of all, it's against the GFU rules, but it's not going to help you with it. What we're trying to do is create this beautiful, amazing content. And the last thing that you want to do is put a great big GFU thing on it. And it takes away all of the mystery of what you're trying to do with it. You want a little bit of mystery, for heaven's sakes. So people don't show up to Facebook to be pitched. They really don't. And the worst thing of all you can do is post every single day of buy. Comp plan. That's not good. It says that's not good at all. What you're trying to do is you're truly trying to create an atmosphere that's interesting, and being pitched all the time is the wrong thing. Here's the 7 secrets to branding your Facebook page. First of all, it's a mini web page. It's better than blogs now. I have a blog that I used to be. When you searched me, I actually was the inventor of network marketing. It was really awesome. Anyway, you searched for it in Google, you found me that way. But I haven't ignored my blog for quite some time because I was getting most of my leads from social media about 4 years ago, about 6 to 4 years ago as I was doing this. Second thing, you got to upload your best photos so people know who they're interacting with. A great big brand of GFU is just not the thing to do. Your cover photo should be branded to you, not GFU. Okay, it is not the corporate name. It is branded to you. And about the about section, it has to build credibility and provoke curiosity. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to follow the 90-10 content strategy. Provide generic content value, and with us, it's so easy. If you look at people like Sasha, Kim, they put some beautiful content out there, and when this is passed, it's going to people are going to be wanting it more. Right now, you can be dream building with people what they should be doing, but only about 10% of the time are you sprinkling in the promotional content. But if it is a buy all the time, people aren't going to follow you. Next one, you should activate your followers button, because I can't be friends with every single person that asks me to be friends now. It's a little bit more difficult, but if they're followers of you and they go to ask you to be a friend, it automatically will turn them into followers. Now I've got to go back and make sure everything is in here, and you're going to see me blocking out a couple things because I haven't updated this in a matter of years. But I wanted to give you guys a generic or a head start into what we're trying to do with it. The next one is you've got to protect your news feed. This is your brand, because especially as you get bigger, more popular, people are going to start to be spammy with you. You want to activate, review your posts, and I'll show you how to do that. But these are your 7 branding secrets to it. And this stuff is golden. I hope you think it's golden. And if you're not, then I don't know what to tell you. Next thing is a free place you can go is canva.com. If you don't know how to do Facebook, go to canva.com. It has Facebook covers on there. Facebook covers. It's awesome, and it's free. It's free, and you got to use it. So on Canva, you can do you can make this page. They have different templates. You can pay a little bit extra to get even more dynamic ones, and then you can upload them, and you can put the text on it. This is me putting my family on there. My family's grown since then. And then you can add text. It has all kinds of headings and subheadings to be able to put it on there. And then you can hit download, and you can do it yourself. If you want to pay someone else to do it for cheap on Fiverr.com, 99designs.com, or Upwork. These are things you need to invest in your brand. And some of the pages out there are just scary. And that's what we're doing right now with Phil, Brad, and I, is we're doing a whole bunch of things to be able to improve our personal brands in addition to that of G Foods. So next thing, let's talk about you filling your about section. You're not an ABC company, you're a business with a brand. Focus on that. You need to start creating your brand rather than just always saying, and that's why I say, anybody that's got a picture of G Food as a profile picture has to change it. It's just crazy that you would do that. I'm really looking out for you here. So you're an example. You know, you can be the CEO of whatever company you want to be, but I would encourage you that you go through and you think really strong about this. And when I was in the field, I was networking star. And I think that was a mistake. I should have been the CEO of jeffreyboyle.com. I should have continued to focus on my name as I put it out there. And here's your about page. A website is really your about page. And you're going to see that we are going to try to buck the standard, and you'll see that our new replicated sites are sales machines rather than just a cash register on there. But here's an example of something that you can make with Canva. These are some of these old ones, and they have some affiliates or distributors in other companies, so I'm blocking them out. But you can make really unique looking things with it, and this is something that I recommend that you do, is learn how to use some of these basic tools. Make sure that you do a great job with what we call a celebrity profile positioning. This gentleman from this other company, I thought he did an incredible job with it. You can see right here in the bottom left, he got a great picture of him on stage. Then he showed him and what he used to do and how he is positioning himself to market to an exact group. And I'm going to zoom through this, but he was positioning himself to help military personnel. Then you're going to want to make sure that when you put your profile picture up, this is my profile picture. It's since changed since this time, but I put a description on it. People will like it more likely if you put a description on it. You want to be able to have people interact at everything that you do. So don't just put your profile picture up, put a description of it and an inspirational message. So we'll continue to go through this. The next thing on these settings, the stuff is gold, guys, and it is to set you up to truly use your Facebook page. And some people think it's not that important. They'll say baloney. It is really important to set this up properly, okay? So there's a lot of things that you're going to have to do on your computer, unless they've changed it in the last 2 years, since I'm going to have to go through and make sure everything's up to date with this. But the settings are done on your computer, and many of them are not available on your phone. First thing you need to do is you need to make sure that you've got your own unique URL right here. Don't have it be super long, and don't have it be the GFU in the name of it. Mine is Jeff Boyle, facebook.com/Jeff Boyle. I got it early. And I wish I would have had it be Jeffery Boyle, because everything else I have is Jeffery Boyle with it except for Twitter. But the fact is that is simple to remember. Brand you, don't brand the company on here. The next one, you're going to want to make sure right here it says review posts. So you're going to go into timeline and tagging, review posts, tag, and before they appear in your timeline. You do not want people to be able to submit, tag you, and it appears on your timeline. As you get bigger and bigger, people will start to spam you. You want to make sure that you review the posts before they go onto your timeline. That's really, really important. Here are a couple more. So you want to make sure that you turn your follow button on. You can see it right there. You go to public posts, and then right here, you can see these two things right here. These are what we're going to add it. So you want to make sure that followers see your posts in a news feed right here. So if someone asks you to be friends and you haven't responded to them, it'll allow them to follow you. If you've got pictures of your kids and you don't want your kids to be on there, then create a business Facebook profile page, because you want people to be able to really interact with you. So if your public post comments and public post notification are made as public, everyone can comment on your posts, even non-friends. Be aware of that. This is so you can interact with other people. And the negative is you don't know, like I said, I wrote this note, you never know what may be said about you from a non-friend. But you want to be able to interact with people. You want to be able to create content. And you even sometimes, as you get bigger and bigger, are going to welcome negative comments because it enables you to interact with the person. Even negative comments allow you to interact with the person. And some of you guys think, man, this is a lot really fast. Well, go back and set this up. Take the time to do this. On your public posts, right here at the bottom, you can click on this and you can see what your followers see. That's why I put these big things on here. So actually these dots are on it. See right here where it says follow, you want that to show up. Okay. So you can either add a friend or follow you. And if they hit add as a friend, then this will give you the ability for people to follow you. This is why I had this blocked out. You're going to be able to start to be followed by people. Okay. So it doesn't mean that you have to be friends with everybody. Later, you can set yourself up as a business profile, which has even different characteristics. But this is just the regular Facebook profile with it. Guys, this shows you how many friends I had at the time. It also shows you where you can start to edit your privacy. The thing is that you do not want people to see your friends. You do not want to do that. So on here, you'll click edit privacy, and who can see your friends list? Only me. Only me. This is really, really, really important. Only me. Why? Because if you are big and you've got a lot of people in your group, somebody can go on, and if you don't have this clicked, they can go through and start rampaging through your business with it. So who can see the people pages and lists you follow? Only me. I don't want other people to do that. I don't want people to be able to follow those different things with it. But here's the next one. Who can see your followers on your timeline? That you're going to have to make a decision with it. I've kept mine as public, my followers. Reason why I go through this, guys, and I went through it fast, and I'll take more time in the future to teach this. But remember, it takes 6 months to build a Rolls Royce and 13 hours to build a Toyota. 6 months to build a Rolls Royce, 13 hours to build a Toyota. Why do I tell you that? You are going to have to be dedicated to building your brand. A good brand does not happen in a day. A good brand can take 6 to 7 months of being absolutely dedicated to providing that. Guys, it is a time. You have time now to go through and learn these things. You have time to be able to set it up. And what I talked about in the past is once you have this set up, guys, once it's set up, then what you can do is you can start to interact with people. I talked about it briefly, and the next week I'll talk about it even more on how to start creating relationships, to not be spammy with people, to interact with people. And the curious people will go to your profile, and if you've set it up properly, they'll ask you questions and interact with you. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Guys, these are the kind of things that you can do to thrive during this time. I did go through it fast. I went over my time just a little bit, but go through these and set these up properly, because if you do and you start to interact with people, your business will start to explode, especially if you're providing great value. And there's some great, great value out there, guys. We appreciate what you're doing. Phil, I believe that I had unmuted you at one point. Not sure you're unmuted. John, you're unmuted. I think I even unmuted, but some of you guys have switched over to the Facebook profile with it. It is time to thrive, not just survive. And somebody, John, I'm not sure you unmuting yourself. Go ahead and say something. And what do you think about
Jeff.
this?
Thank you. It is incredible what you're sharing with us. And indeed, it's time to thrive, but it's time to just be those beacons of light to show people that there's positivity even in these times. I think that's very important, and find ourselves being that person that is also positive every day. And instead of posting the same as everybody else is posting, just post something different. Just post, like you said, brand yourself, business, and show people that there's a better way. And just become somebody that is so that people want to follow. And that when this is over, they will continue to go back to you if in these times you are posting when nobody is. It is perfect. And thank you very much for showing us how to do it in social media the right way.
Well, and I think that's the key with it, is providing great content, and thanks Nacho with that, providing great content, and then having a page that creates some, that you're unique. We have a beautiful business, and as this starts to fade, you'll be able to go out and live some of these travel dreams. And for right now, it's okay to dream with people. It's okay to talk about where you're going to go. And there may be some people that criticize you for talking about positive things right now. Just know those aren't the right people. There are people looking for the light. There are people looking for positivity, and be that for them. And set up your profile properly, guys. It'll change your business. It'll change lives. That may sound a lot to people. Say, how is it going to change your life? When you're a beacon of light in times of darkness, you are going to attract the right people. And when times get light again, you will see that your ability will be magnified through the different people that you've attracted. Thanks for hopping on today, guys. Appreciate it. Go out there, be safe, and appreciate the loved ones that you've got. It's time to thrive, not just survive.
Thank you, Jeff.
You bet. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you.
See you guys.